Welcome back to The Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Love to get my good friend on, Beth Guide. She's a brilliant SEO strategist with SEO411.com. They do a fantastic job of helping businesses be found. You know, if you build it, they will not come. You know, it's not, we don't get to live that movie. We have to do a lot of work in order for people to find their websites, and that's what you guys are all about. Beth, before you introduce your guest, tell us exactly all the good work you're doing over there at SEO411.com.
Good morning, Kevin. How are you today?
Good.
We've been doing this a long time. Google was kind enough to put a whole new update in. So we've had a lot of challenges because they've changed 90% of their algorithm in the last 60 days. So we're having to get all the businesses up to snuff. The new one's called Hummingbird. I mean, I know we've talked about other zoo animals.
Yeah, usually they're black and white.
Well,
they're
they went with a hummingbird
and penguins,
this time.
and now they're hummingbirds.
Yes.
That's just ridiculous.
They lost their motif. And there's been a lot of challenges with that. They went with a very conversational style. So everybody's going to have to change how they think about their websites, how they interact with their websites, and understand what it takes to produce a website now that'll rank.
Okay, that's interesting. One more reason why they need an expert. Don't do this yourself, boys and girls. Don't do this at home. All right, very, very important. Go ahead and introduce your guest. He's already been making fun of me even before the music came on. Go ahead and introduce her.
This is Paige Cherry. She's with Apple Moving. They're a fairly large moving company within the Houston area. So I thought she'd be a good person to bring on, talk about moving companies and, you know, their history and, you know, what's going on. You know, there's a lot of relocations, a lot of people moving into the area and around the area now. So I think it's a little bit of a timely discussion.
Yeah, absolutely. Paige Cherry with Apple Moving, and they specialize in delivering bananas. We talked about that before. But you deliver bananas and so much more, right?
Absolutely, we will do that for you.
Yeah, as long as they're decent bananas. We don't want a bunch of spoiled ones in there. But yeah, that's fantastic. And you guys have been doing this for quite some time, because what's really what I do in this economy, especially since 2008, I'm worried about businesses that can get started with relatively low overhead. SEO as being a great example, that, you know, I got to make a living. And so they create this business and say they can do it. And moving is another one of those, you know, where people go and they'll go to a U-Haul and company and buy a used U-Haul and whitewash it and call themselves a moving company. And so you guys have been doing this for a long time. You don't have to worry about that kind of sophomore activity since 1989. Tell us about the company. Give us your elevator speech.
Thank you so much for having me this morning. I appreciate y'all having me on the show. Apple Moving has been around since 1989. We are located off of the Beltway and 59. Pat Crane and Sean Dizelle, they graduated from Kingwood High School. They are the owners of the business. You know, over at Apple Moving, we like to say that we move apartments, we move homes, we move storage facilities as well as offices. The movers that we have are on our staff. They are not guys that are just picked up on the side of the road. They actually come in every morning, pick up their moves, and move for us all day, every day. So, we also have a perfect inside staff. We've got a couple of general managers and customer service reps that take care of people whenever they call in and want quotes for their moving.
Yep, your question over there, Beth.
Well, you were saying about the moving people working for you. What are some of the benefits of that?
Obviously, the biggest one that immediately comes to mind are liability issues. For example, you got guys who are bonded, you're licensed, those type of things. Which there's a very big challenge of protecting the client if their people are being just found as day laborers. Isn't that the case typically?
Absolutely, yes. And we do carry insurance.
You've got people with experience. You know how to work with them. They're part of a larger culture. You know, I would assume those are all among the reasons why they are beneficial to you.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Yeah. Let me ask real quickly, you know, with that, you guys are in the northeast part of town, but you're taking care of customers all over the greater Houston area, I assume?
Yes, sir, we are. I actually travel over to the Galleria, to the Westheimer area. I tried to get outside of our little bubble. Kingwood, Atascocita, and Humble, they carry about 85% of our business, and we're always looking to widen that range. I like to go over into the...
Like the Heights in that area there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Beth, your question?
Well, I want to go back to the moving, because what I have found, and the reason like you were saying with the SEO people, okay?
Yep.
The thing is that when you have a moving company, a lot of them out there, especially ones you find on the internet, they have a different business model than you do. And the reason I was trying to get to have you explain this, and then you can kind of maybe reinforce what I'm saying, is that when you have a moving company, sometimes they go and they subcontract out those moves. They may get the lead. There's certain companies in town that I may go to them, I get a quote, and then they go find a guy that will go and, now you guys handle yourselves differently, correct?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. We have, like I said, the guys come in, they clock in every morning. They are scheduled to do moves all day throughout the day and on the weekend. We move 7 days a week. And so we have the same guys on staff with us at all times. So we know that we can trust them when they're moving people's valuables and they can take care of people's belongings. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I do want to mention real quickly, the website over there is applemovinghouston.com, and our guest, of course, is Paige Cherry, and she's in with our contributor, Beth Guide, with SEO 411. Beth, your next question?
The next question I have is, a lot of these have relocation services, area like pods, temporary. Do you offer any services along those lines, or how do you handle some of those interim type situations?
We do actually have storage on site there at the office. Our address there is 2235 Atascocita Road, and when we deal a lot with realtors, when realtors are closing with their clients and there's a couple of days in between closings, we do have storage facilities on site where they can actually leave their belongings for a few days, then we can reload the truck and get them where they need to be.
So they don't have to go get a temporary unit or a storage unit, which is somewhat dangerous, as we've come to learn in the community.
Yeah.
Recently, there's been several fires that have taken them out completely. So you guys have a solution for that. So you're very helpful with that.
Absolutely, and we like to make it better. And also, too, I mean, it is a storage facility that you cannot get into. So once your belongings are in, they're secure, they're safe. There's not anybody, coming in back and forth, so they're safe.
Got to wrap it up. Paige Cherry has been with us. She's the guest of Beth Guy. Paige is with Apple Moving. That's applemovinghouston.com. Beth Guy, she's a regular contributor on here. I consider her an authority in her field of SEO. I love when she brings her insight. Love when she brings guests like Paige. I enjoyed having Paige with us today. Woohoo, good job. And Beth can be found over there at SEO411.com. Thanks to all of you.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, I want to wish you all a great rest of your day. I hope you spend it wisely right here on this great station.